Hey, today I'm talking about the new Sony Pictures Marvel film, Madame Web. This is the first Sony Pictures Marvel film that I've actually watched, but the fourth one overall. It stars Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney, the incredible Isabel Merced, Celeste O'Connell, the always fantastic Adam Scott, for some reason Emma Roberts. I have no idea why she's in this movie. She's just kind of there for a little bit for some reason. Anyway, and also Tahar Rahim, an actor who I was amazed to see has a surprisingly decent sized IMDb, because dear God, is he terrible in this. Like, he is legitimately one of the worst actors that I have ever borne witness to. That includes small town local productions that I've seen. Like, Jesus Christ, man, what is going on? Before I get into my full review of the film, I do want to do a disclaimer, even though I hate doing disclaimers, in that I do have things that I want to complain about. But if you want to hear someone just shitting on this movie, that's not what I'm gonna do. I actually enjoyed this movie. I liked it. You can think I'm a dumb idiot for thinking that, or I'm not a critic for enjoying something that other people didn't like, or I'm just doing it for attention. Think whatever you want to think. The content that follows is going to be me complaining about something, but then the rest of the time is going to be being like, oh, I like this and this and this. So if that's not what you want to see, click off this and watch something else. Alrighty. The basic premise is this woman has a near-death experience, and after having such an experience, she discovers that she has uncontrollable clairvoyance, and with that ends up rescuing this group of young women who may or may not go on to become some incredible spider women. Okay, I'll start with my complaint though, because that's what everyone wants. It's the bad guy. It's not the idea of the bad guy, like that's fine. It's the actor. Every time he spoke, I was like, this is atrocious. Most of it too felt like it was recorded after the fact, ADR, which could lean into it, but there was only one scene in which he was fine, and that's the scene with like the most editing around it. So kind of how I looked at this movie was almost doing like a fan edit as I was going, in which basically I just sort of ignored any scene where he was talking because they were just terrible. So if I were to like re-edit this movie, all I would really do is edit out the first scene in the movie that's just atrocious, plus they do a really great job of recapping it later, plus it has a more emotional moment at that point anyway to like finally see what happens. That would have played out so much better. And then also just anytime the bad guy's alone or like talking to his assistant, because they're just terrible. We don't need them. They're there to like add tension to the movie, but it doesn't, because he's just the worst actor. And I wonder if they're only in the movie simply because like he's contractually obligated to have so much screen time, because really the movie 100% easily could work without any of those scenes. The only scene we need to keep with him talking is the one in the diner where it's like this whole clairvoyant conversation, and that would have been pretty dang cool. Otherwise though, I enjoyed this film a lot. Dakota Johnson, especially in the beginning, was so much fun. Like, I loved the baby shower scene. That was hilarious, intentionally so. I loved all three of the Spider Girls, in particular Isabella Merced. I love her. She was wonderful as Dora the Explorer. I love Anya as well. I haven't read a ton of Anya's comics, but like anytime she pops up, I'm just like, yeah! And so like it legit made me really excited when I heard her say, and my name's Anya, and I'm like, yeah, it is. I can't wait to see what you do stuff. I liked the chemistry between the three Spider Girls and like the mom energy that Dakota Johnson's giving off. Dakota and Adam Scott were also fantastic together. Like, if anything, this movie could have used more Adam Scott, especially in the second half, or like the third act. I think this story was interesting. It kept me entertained. I thought it was a fun experience. I was excited to see where it would go. Of my 5 ranking categories, I put this in the liked category, and honestly it's like borderline quite liked, so a 4 out of 5. It's not, because of just the awfulness of the villain, plus I would get so much hate if I were to do that, but it's that close just because of how much I was like, it's a good vibe. The action was solid. I liked the heart of it. It kept me entertained, and there was good emotions there. Like, it for the most part did the job that it set out to do. I've seen way worse films for sure, and I definitely get that I'm biased because I do who like, well, I've seen all 4 of the main women in other stuff and like them in other stuff. Plus I also like these spider people characters a lot too in the comics. So there is a natural bias there. But even with that, like, it's not as bad as Rotten Tomatoes is making it out to be. There are definitely legitimate complaints to be had about this movie. I'm not saying they're not there. They definitely are. There are parts of this movie that 100% should not be in it. But to say it's as low as what this is... But anyway, would I recommend this movie? Totally. Though, be prepared for the bad guys acting to be atrocious. The rest of the movie is solid. It just has some issues, and as long as you can look past those issues, you can have a nice time with this film. So yes, I honestly would recommend it, just, you know, be mindful doing so. And now for my ranking, I put this at number 6 in the liked category. And this is out of a total of 11 new movies so far this year.